Then we can go into specifics also. All right. So you can just start filming at whatever time and I'll just chop it all up. All right, so let's have you press into your feet and curl your tailbone up towards your knees. So you're just tilting, yeah. Roll the pelvis up, and we're gonna place these underneath your awakening points and then go ahead and lower back down. So it should feel kind of like a comfortable cradle. Yeah, does that feel comfortable? Yeah. Good, okay. So yeah, let's just start with a little bit of a rock and roll. So you'll roll to the pinky toe side of one foot and the big toe side of the other. And just kind of soften. Take some deep breaths. Just see if you can merge the movement with the breath and have it become really fluid. Good. Oops, that one came out. Okay, let's take them in a little bit further. All right. So is that okay?
It feels good on that side.
Yeah, it's a cradle. You want to think of it as a cradle because what we're going to do now is we're going to let this knee down and keep this one standing. So you'll roll all the way onto the pinky toe side of the foot, and that's going to create the pressure. So deep breath into that. And then we'll draw this hip up by pressing into this foot. This foot. Press into it, and yeah, so that pinpoints it. And then you'll deep breath into that. And under that pressure, you can use this knee and just do a slight contraction. So it's just like this. And deep breaths. Good. And then inhale back. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So place this foot down. Let this one lower. Roll it all the way over so you get into the full descending position. Then press into the standing foot. Pinpoint, deep breath, and when you feel ready, pulse. Beautiful. So that's awakening. Good. And now inhale back up. Press up and out of pressure. Take the ball back from under. And just take a moment to rest. Settle onto your sacrum and notice. How's that feel?
Really nice.
Nice. Okay, so now we're going to come in a little bit deeper. So if you slide up just a little bit, just a tiny bit, we're going to take this leg and let it come down through the butterfly movement. So that's the full release to a long position like that. Yeah. Now we're going to take this ball here, and then you'll press up into position. So press into your standing foot and lift this hip. And it's going to come up right on that. Is that okay? And then come back down. And we'll take it a little deeper, and you'll do the same thing. How's that feel, okay? So now you can go ahead and use your own hand to kind of like shift the ball even slightly any direction, just to find those positions that feel like they need it. And this is the pinpoint, just pressing and then releasing. Okay, so find a spot that feels like it would like the pinpoint and pulse. Yeah, good. So then the pulse is you'll just take this leg and just kind of move it. And you can feel that gently releasing, contracting. And as your cues become more clear, you can maybe come out of it for a second, shift the ball maybe to a new location. One more time, try this one right here. Yeah, right about there. And same thing, pulse it. Nice. So that'll keep your hips healthy. It's pretty deep, huh?
Yeah, but perfect.
Yeah, I know. And it's so easy to attain. Yeah. That's what I really like about it.
I have been using my balls quite a bit on my hips.
Nice.
My hips.
Do you do this one?
Yeah.
This one wasn't in the book, so sometimes I always make a point to tell everybody because I figured it out after I'd already written the book.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why I don't.
So then try the other side. Here's your ball. You can take that one out. It's just one at a time on this one. You want to let this leg down long. And once it starts to contract, you should be feeling sort of cues like, oh, maybe I should shift the ball slightly this direction. So feel free to follow those cues and maybe do a placement of 3 times. I always just say 3 times a charm.
Yeah.
Because that's how you can kind of dial in the specifics.
Yeah. And triangles are the strongest.
Yeah, exactly. Find the Trinity, the Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
One more point. Yeah. It's always on that third one because everything's kind of starting to really open up, and then you get
Yeah, this is great to lift up. I hadn't been lifting up.
The pinpoint is really the key. You have your standing foot and you just press into it and create the downward trajectory. Good. Okay, so that's some hip work. And
that's kind of like right around, those are what they call sits bones?
Sits bones. So you got
that's
there. So
is that kind of what you call?
No, that was the greater trochanter area, like off to the side here. The sits bones would be more down here at the hip crease.
Right.
And if you want to access those, I can show you how to do that too.
That would be cool.
So just have one leg long. And then you'll bring this like right to basically where the thigh and the butt meet. I call it the butt smile.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it in like a good location?
Yeah, I think
you can adjust it.
I feel like a little that would be deeper.
Yeah.
Deeper.
Well, also remember you can press in.
Oh, yeah.
No, this
yeah.
So you can press up just a little bit on it.
Yeah.
And that rolls right up on it. Is it a little different now?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the key. And then this movement is here. It's a windshield wiper.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it just gets it to release.
I like that.
Yeah, and now when you can, take it starts out here and then you roll it all the way through here, and this gets like all that whole sciatic stuff that starts to get really funky.
Yeah.
So you just keep moving it around and keep doing that same thing where you roll up on it, get a little pressure, increase, and then get some movement. Yeah.
Can't see it probably doing like the ball.
Good. Then you can do the other side, you balance it out. Usually I would do 3 points on both sides too, just because that's always the thing, 3 times a charm. So you can start like here, then move in here, and then move in here. And then right when you're about here, that's the hamstring tie-in.
Okay.
So that's like usually pretty strong. It can be strong.
Yeah.
And there's like no time limit, like when you're doing this, like I'll just sit there and do that for a long time, It's just like however long it takes to get it to start loosening up.
I've been trying to allow myself more time like that, especially recently.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I've gotten so even worse than I have been in the past. Being on time for stuff.
Yeah.
Because my time perceptions are just
off.
Off.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move up to this point here at the back. So press into your feet, curl the tailbone up, roll up. Now we're gonna place the ball underneath. Basically, it's the base of your rib cage, right there. and then you can lower back down. And it's just gonna increase the arch. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Good. And just take some deep breaths and let yourself settle into that. Okay, so for softening, we'll heel toe the feet wide. So your feet go do, 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 do. Yeah, one more. There you go. So the knees open, and then you'll let one knee down across the midline. And as you do, that's going to increase pressure on the opposite side. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
So take a deep breath into that, and then you'll inhale and let the other one down. And you can always make adjustments too if you feel like you need to. Yeah. And then inhale back up. So this is just called scissoring your knees. And as your knee goes down across the midline, if you like to, you can also use your own hand to shift the ball slightly in any direction once the cues become real clear. And just follow the tension around until it starts to release. Yeah, that's nice. And as you're moving it around, this is what I call hunting for gold. If there's a point where it feels like a gold spot, that's where we want to pinpoint. So as you're hunting, just pay attention to where any specific gold might be.
All over there.
All over?
Yeah, it's pretty
Tender
mineral
everywhere.
rich area.
Yeah, no. Well,
Right
you
now.
want to do the scissoring, like I said, same thing for a while, you know, just get it to soften up. So feel free to just do that for a few minutes. And then we'll pick one point so I can teach you how to pinpoint it once you get a clear sense. And it feels okay with the weight of the baby on you, lying on your back.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for like long periods.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
time,
you'd probably want to just do it in short stints.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out protocol. That might be, you know, thing to mention when I do
Yeah.
pregnancy type.
And then I think what I noticed is laying on my back is just good to like be slow getting up.
Yeah, or roll to the side first.
Right.
Get
Yeah.
up. Are you ready to pinpoint something?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
I can
so
do this.
find a spot and move the balls to a parallel position. And then heel toe your feet back to center, back to parallel. So you're not on the rib cage, right? Just come in a little closer to the spine if you're on the rib cage. I see right where you're going, it's like right here.
Yeah.
And I remember that point. Yeah, it's like where all the weight pulls you forward and it just feels like so, oh, I remember that. Okay, so heel toe the feet back to parallel. So to pinpoint, just take a deep breath and soften. You're gonna take this ankle and rest it on this thigh. Yeah. Good. Now take this hand, press the thigh away, so you should feel it all lengthening along. Just press it a little bit further. Yeah, there you go. So you can really feel. So is the ball? You can feel the ball underneath. Yeah, stretching. Good. And then you can release. Now to pinpoint, you're going to lean into the standing big toe, and that's going to increase pressure. And then you'll take this knee and pulse back and forth. Yep, and just breathe. And when you feel ready, come back up and you'll balance yourself out. Or you can always, you know, shift to a new location if you feel like you've got a cue that you want to follow. Feel free to do that. Good. Yep. Just rest it there. Then take this hand and just press it away, so that just gets it started. The stretch kind of lengthens along there. And then when you're ready, you can place your hands down against the floor. Lean into the big toe side of your standing foot. So this side of your standing foot. And that increases the pressure. Just enough. However much you like, and then you can begin a pulse. And breathe. Feel balanced, come back up. Place it down. And so just to balance everything out, let's have you press in your feet. I'll lift up, and I'll place it just a little bit lower, like right here. And then lower down. Now peel your tailbone away from the floor, so just the tiniest bit, and you're gonna feel it increase pressure. And then swing your hips like it was a basket, side to side. Just to disperse energy from that pinpoint. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
Good, and just do that as long as it feels comfortable.
Feels nice to lift my sacrum off the ground. The sacrum gets really sore.
Sore. Yeah.
Well, maybe I want to loving this too.
Okay, so go ahead and press it up. Take the balls out from under. And now, since your sacrum's a little sore, press up. Place the block right on the sacrum. Does that feel okay?
Yes.
And just kind of, maybe either, there's two things you can do: rock and roll, just a gentle thing like this. Or the other thing that you can do is press into one foot, and that lifts the hip bone. Yeah, and so you roll onto that side, and then press into the other foot, and then rolling across the sacrum like that. So that's another possible thing that you can do, which is actually actively engaging the muscle rather than just rocking over it. So it's making a clearer, like, connection to the brain. Good. And then I'll take that out. Press up. And roll back down. I don't know if it feels good. You might want to either hug your knees to your chest or let your legs down, whatever kind of, like, maybe disbursement feels comfortable before we move on to the shoulders. Nice. All right, so the shoulders, I'm going to help you place the balls the first time. So you can just lift your head like you're doing a sit-up, and we'll place the balls underneath that first rib. That's the key, is to get under the rib. And then lower back down so that your shoulder blades can flatten and broadening across the collarbone. Now we'll just take one arm and send it to the sky. And then reach as though you were reaching towards the sky, and then lower, keeping your elbows straight. There you go. Inhaling up and exhaling down. So you get that clear articulation. Good, and then when you feel ready, you can plug the shoulder back in and then take a tiny little circle. And then just allow the circle to spiral. If there's any points in the circle where you feel like you're missing a number, so if you imagine 12, 3, 6, 9. Try to hit all of them so that you're not skipping anything. Then dial in the 1 and the 2 and the 4 and the 5 and just get every single number if you can. If you feel like one skips, that's where you want to go back and forth over that area. And you'll notice it as it spirals out too, if you're missing a number. Let it spiral a little. more each time, increment by increment. Oops. That might be as far as you're gonna go. Okay, so at this point then bend your elbow and lead the circle from your elbow. So now that's a different kind of rotation. Good. When you feel like you've finished that side, then you can do the same sequence on the other side. So send it to the sky, stacking the joints, shoulder, elbow, wrist, then reach, lift and lower, without bending the elbow, so that you're really dropping into gravity and get the full articulation of that shoulder moving. Yeah. There's a little skip right up here. Make sure you get every little bit. Imagine that clock. It does help because you don't want to just have a blind spot and then spiral it out a little bit more. Yeah, then lead with the elbow. Good. When you're ready, send both arms to the sky and bend your knees so you can place your feet. And then press into your feet. We'll lift this pelvis and place this under here, just so we get a little bit extra. Does that feel okay?
Oh, that's great.
Really nice. Okay, now take your arms across at the elbows and bend so you give yourself a full self hug. There you go, like that. Now the movement here is just to go like this, little chug. Deep breaths. So you can alternate between this forward and back movement and then stop and let yourself rock side to side. So you get a side to side movement too. These hold you steady and these move. Yeah. Right, or the knees can go in the opposite direction of the elbows as well. However you find it. Yeah, there you go. And then when you're ready, bring the arms to the sky again and interlace the arms, the other one on top, so that you just have the opposite enlacing. And do the same thing. These ones are going to be really good for when you're nursing.
Yeah.
Like side awkward sleeping.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Side
The
awkward
shoulders
sleeping
will-
already exists in my life.
Yeah.
And just with hormone roller coasters,
Yep.
sometimes I get overwhelmed and all that goes right there.
Right there, yeah. Good. You feel like you're balanced? Okay, so you'll press in. You always want to take the block out first. Press into your feet. Take this out. And then when you take the balls out from the shoulders, you just roll side to side so you can lower here. and then roll side to side instead of like lifting your neck, you know? Yeah. And then ruffle your feathers. Just kind of shake it up, shake your head side to side. Now I'm going to show you something you can do with the balls in the bag, which I'm not sure if you know this yet, but this would be great for Gabe as well.
Yeah.
So you take the block and you put the balls on the block, and then you put this right below the base of your skull. So right the suboccipital muscles. So the little knobs will be going right into either side there. Yeah. And then you can let your legs long or whatever you like to do or comfortable. And then you'll just take your head side to side. Just a tiny movement. Yeah. And you can you say no and you can say yes too. And just alternate. Move it in little circles with your nose. Yeah. Kind of play around with all that stuff.
Maybe.
That's maybe.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
Super connecting point, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
It's a huge. It's
the
where
control tower.
Super control tower. Yeah, and especially because we, have our head forward so much, so these suboccipital muscles take on a lot of stress. Holding the head up, basically, is what they do.
So little babies don't have those very much formed, huh?
Right? They have to strengthen them to be able to even lift their head.
Part of coming into this world. And then maintaining them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good lesson to relearn.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll take that out and I'll have you roll to your side and then get up slowly, and we'll do a couple things at the wall. Yep. So I can show you some standing stuff in case you can't get down on the ground at the moment.
Yeah, getting down on the ground seems to be easy as getting up. That a little gets slower and slower.
Yeah.
That's good. What, am I getting full up right now?
Yeah, just shake it out, just move slowly. There's no hurry. Just want to show you a couple things against the wall before you leave, because I've been really enjoying the standing massage. I think it'll be really good.
Yeah.
I started developing it because I've been working with chair yoga people who can't get down on the ground.
Awesome.
So we do a lot of stuff, I call it balls to the wall.
Yep.
And then also Daniel, he just won't get down on the mat. He just doesn't lay down. He doesn't even sit down.
Yeah.
He's constantly standing.
Yeah.
So I've been playing with the idea of doing it standing, because there are those people who just don't like to relax in that way. So just shake it out. How's it feel? Good?
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's nice. Those three little points, you can do them in 15 minutes. If you do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, then hopefully that's not too much,
That's really awesome.
All right, so for the balls against the wall, you also want to have a block.
Cool.
And your balls in a bag.
Okay.
So you'll place the block against the wall, basically right below your belly button. And where did that stays? Just horizontally like this. Yeah. Once you get a sense for it, it's basically kind of right at that point where you were saying it gets really tender.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start this over. Lean forward again. Place the balls, and now lean back again. Make sure they're in the right location. Does that feel comfortable?
Yeah.
All right, so to pin it, now you want to walk your feet forward at a diagonal.
Out.
Yep, okay. Just out and get a nice solid stance so that you feel like you can lean into it and pin it down. Yeah?
Yeah.
Feel good?
Awesome.
Okay, so the movement then is you'll take one knee bend, one knee straighten. So your hips are swiveling. Yep. Yep. That's it.
That's wonderful.
And you're just simply doing that, and do that forever. It feels so good.
Forever.
And you're not, you know, it's so easy because you could do it like even with